seriously, it was like 3 years ago. You know, I said sorry multiple times.
No.
I know, I get it. Our whole relationship started on this. I do.
What's the lie, huh?
Hi!
Hello!
Welcome to our YouTube channel. This is crazy.
And me and
here
your dog.
is Bella. Canines are welcome. Well, we feel like the best way for you to get to know us is actually share how we fell in love.
Yeah.
The beauty of love. We've been married for 2 years now. Yeah, we have one beautiful child. And
Looks just like me.
And we actually have a crazy dating story. Do you want to start with it?
Yeah, I almost feel like we should just reenact it, honestly.
Yeah, I got on my phone and I slid right into that DM.
And I was like, gosh, guy starting into my DMs, and I looked at his page.
Wait, hang on, you're jumping forward. I need to tell what actually happened with me. I mean, the best way to tell a story is, you know, start with the beginning, then go to the end, and then... Actually, what happened was I was on Instagram. I was actually at a church service, and I was helping my dad. I know it sounds bad. I was helping my dad. I was back in the media booth. It was not even a booth. It was a little, what was it? Like one of those.
I don't know.
It was like one of those trailers. It was a trailer where they had all their media set up in. And so it was outside. And so it was second service, and I was going through Instagram. And I saw this picture of this beautiful woman that had popped up on my feed. And I was like, I need to know this person. I need it! And so I was like, I don't want to be that person that slides into a DM.
Girls, and just, by the way, it was a photo that my friend posted. And I was like, please don't post it. I don't like it enough. So, you know what? Just have confidence in some of those moments. Because it could lead to this. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't want to be that person that slides into a girl's DM. So what did I do? I was like, you know what? If it's a good idea right now, it's going to be a great idea next week. And that's great advice. But unfortunately, I didn't take my own advice. I think I made it 3 days.
Unfortunately.
It's a trap.
No, I mean, fortunately, I made it 3 days before I reached out to you. And I remember I reached out to you. I was trying to find a clever... just any kind of way that I could get in contact with her. So what did I do?
You came into my DMs with the number one thing that people talk about when they don't know what to talk about, and that is the weather.
Yep. Well, so she had posted a beautiful picture of the sunset on her story, and I was like, "Oh man, that looks nice." Pretty sure, it's been snowing here in Colorado. Which, for full clarity, and I admitted this to her. It had not snowed in Colorado in like a couple days, but I just needed some kind of reason to reach out. So our relationship technically started on a lie, which we definitely do not advise that ever. It worked out. I think this is one in a maybe 12 million chance that it actually worked out.
That's what not to do. Don't start your relationship.
Please do not start your relationship off with a lie.
Hey, well, you know what's funny is it's starting to snow outside right now. I actually see that.
It is.
So I was like, who is this guy trying to slide into my DMs? And then I looked at your page.
You're like, oh my goodness, he is so beautiful and so sexy. I have to respond.
Were you there? Did you hear what I said?
That's what I thought you said.
Gosh, that's amazing. That's word for word.
Yeah.
Anyways, you slid into my DMs. Usually that's kind of like a iffy red flag. But I went to your page. Saw you were really handsome. Saw you came from a Christian family.
Truth comes out.
And I had been on this long journey. We'll have to talk about this later, girls. But I was at the point where I was like, God, the next guy that I seriously date has to be my future husband, because I've just I don't trust myself in this area. I really need you to lead me. So I saw his page. I was like, crap, this looks like a great guy. And so I threw my phone in the back of the car. And I was like, God, kind of like the don't play with me moment. I was like, God, if this is real, I need you to guide it. I can't mess this one up.
I actually messaged her and I was like, hey, I am coming out to Alabama, or not Alabama. I said, I'm coming out to Florida. I'd love to take you to coffee. But here's the thing. I said, I will not send you any more messages over DM and can I have your number? And I will not text you at all from now until we have coffee. I will call you maybe once or twice.
Yeah, I feel like that was Okay, I'm gonna go super millennial, just like easy conversation to like old school gentleman, which I really liked that transfer that you did.
Well, I feel like so many people, what they do is they like meet someone that they're interested in, and then they text nonstop, and then when they get the actual first date, they have nothing to talk about because they've literally texted about every single thing. You know, going back to the old days where I feel like you used to play 20 questions with people. So I told her that. We ended up meeting up in person.
From there, we went to get coffee.
Yeah.
So maybe we should get some coffee?
You want to get coffee? Let's get coffee.
So I think it's only fitting that our first date was coffee because, yes, you can tell we're kind of obsessed with coffee. I mean, we have our coffee corner over here, French press, pour over, all the coffee things. But I want to know, what was your first thought whenever you first saw me on our first date?
When I saw you, well, I remember you were wearing a very beautiful red and white stripes. It's a
dress.
Was it a dress?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I feel like there's a lot of things that I've called dresses that aren't dresses.
Jumpsuit,
That's
romper.
it, jumpsuits, yeah. And then I remember I was like, oh my goodness, this woman is so much more beautiful than what I saw in the pictures.
Aww.
See? And then, what did I bring you on our first date then?
You showed up. What time should we meet?
Right.
You showed up at like 9 a.m.?
I think so, 9 a.m.
Showed up with 2 chocolate donuts, which are so good. But first date, I was like, oh yeah, like I only eat half. Like you have half. But it was really good.
She wanted to eat the whole thing.
I did. I do now. I eat the whole thing when we get donuts. I think what stood out to me, especially when we were at the point where we actually sat down and had coffee, was we had so many deep talks that feels like that was almost unheard of for a first date. Like it's usually, where are you from? What do you do? All this stuff. But you asked me like, what are your goals in life? What's your purpose? Where do you see this going? And our date was so long because our date was so long because we talked forever. And by the end of our first date, it really gave me a good context of how I felt about you, who you are as a person. You're so cute, smiling, really cute. But that would be my advice to anyone going on a first date. Like, don't be afraid to talk. Obviously, don't be like, I want 5 kids and like I want to marry you. But just get a good sense of who they are and know who you are, so you have the opportunity to answer those questions. Small again. Okay, question for you. As a guy, were you nervous on our first date?
I think there was always a little bit of nervousness, but I knew it was like, if you get nervous on a date, yes, it means it matters to you, but at the same time, I feel like you don't act yourself. And so I remember I actually kept trying to get you out of your shell because you were very quiet. And I actually, from Instagram, I had saw this like very fun, energetic girl, and then you just kind of sat in the car and you were so quiet.
I had a migraine.
Exactly, you were so quiet. And I was like, come on. I was like trying to get you out of your shell.
Yeah, you want to say what you did to do that?
What did I do?
Certain
Oh
song.
yes, I played "Call Me Maybe" by
Show
Carly.
them the dance.
See, that's the thing. I can't do the dance without the music playing. But that is the thing that people gotta understand. I was like, you gotta break the ice somehow. And so if you have to make yourself goofy or look goofy in order to break the ice for the other person to come out of their shell a little bit, it's definitely worth it.
Well,
so
making someone laugh is always a browning point, I feel like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
This is the best part. Did you know it's ready? And we're back. Cheers to that date that
cheers to that date.
brought us here.
After coffee, we went back to my place.
Oh.
No. No, we actually went to another place that was just down the road, and then we came back
Called
to
the
our
beach?
house.
Our
and
house?
my house, not our house, sorry, we weren't married yet. But we went back to my house, and my whole family was there. So Christian got to meet almost all of my family members.
You met my mom before you met me on our first date.
Uh-huh.
And then we ran into your parents within like 30 minutes of our date.
Yeah, I'm like, you guys knew. I was like, you knew exactly where we would be. I was like, you guys planned this. I was like, how dare you crash our first date?
I was intimidated by Lisa. I would say
Yeah.
that. It went great, and then you dropped me back off with my mom.
Yeah.
And my mom told me after that, and I think I've told you this, but right after that first date, she was like, I think you're my future husband. And lo and behold,
Your mom was prophetic.
right. She was. And then, after that, we dated for...
Dated for 3 months.
Well, we dated for 2 months. We took a month to
I took a month to officially ask her as my girlfriend, which I called her dad. Went through that process. And then I told her very clearly, actually, when we first started dating, I said, hey, look, I see this as we are dating, not just to date, not just to like test the waters, but I see that there is a potential for a future with you. And I am dating for the end goal to marry you. And I said, if that changes, like we can have conversations around that. And I want to be open around that. But I don't ever want you to feel like, is he committed to me or things like that. I said, there is going to be a clear end in the sight. And
we weren't playing games.
Yeah, no. And so we dated for 3 months, got engaged. We were engaged for 4 months, and actually we got engaged in the very same place where we went on the coffee date.
Yeah. So
and
our first date
where we got engaged.
And that's where we got married.
That's where we all got married. Every time had its challenges and its fun surprises that came around. Asher falling into the pool during our wedding.
I had a migraine before
the whole engagement story, that is a completely other story. But I hope you guys kind of got a little bit about us. I mean, what's what we want to share. We want to just kind of take you into our life, and as we walk out of balancing our relationship, being married, doing ministry together, just all of the things that we love to do. Christian loves interior design. I love golf. Bringing you guys in on some of those things and just bringing you along with our journey.
So we want to know what do you want to know? What questions do you have? What do you want to see? We're here for it all, and we hope you're here with us.